of the name. The SpaceX rocket blew up on the launch pad for a static fire test. I was actually in the park next door when that one blew up. It's scary when they blow up. And mind you, I'm always within 3 miles when I'm at the Kennedy Space Center. I'm always within 3 miles of the rockets. So
welcome, Kevin, California guy, and welcome, Dean's Head.
How are you guys doing?
I'm reading all this stuff I have.
Go ahead, California.
I'm just chiming in on the whole space shuttle thing. My stepdad actually worked for Rockwell at NASA, and actually I got a chance to go and see a couple of the space shuttles take off up close and personal too. And then my sister got to meet Sally Ride when she was like 11 years old.
Yep.
Pretty cool. Yeah, because initially they lived in Titusville, and then they moved to Cape Canaveral.
That's where I live, Titusville.
Yep. Yeah. There's a couple of people on here. There's another person that I bumped into. I forget what the name of the gentleman is, but he actually is from Titusville also.
I met him just the other day in Grizz's Scope, actually. That's where
Yes.
I met him. I saw him hello from Titusville, and I asked him, like, Titusville, Florida? He literally lives right up the street from me, like within 2 miles of me.
Yeah. So did you ever go to Bunky's and Satellite Beach?
Yes.
Oyster Bar?
Yep.
Yep.
I tell you, I feel uneducated. Everybody here is a rocket scientist. I'm just a hillbilly.
I'm not no rocket scientist. Don't ever claim to be one.
Grant is just about to leave. I'll just wish him goodbye and best of luck, Grant. I'll be watching how things go.
Oh, you're about to get out, Grant?
Bye, Grant. Feel better.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, everyone.
Have
Much
a good day.
Much appreciated for all you.
See you later.
Yep, I'm going to put my phone back on charge now, and
Keep us posted.
I will. Much appreciated. Thanks, Linda. Thank you, Walt. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Derek. Great to see you too, mate. That's why I'm starting to freeze up a little bit, because my phone's getting hot too.
Blow on it.
Cheers, everyone.
So,
all right, we have Dave saying
Cheers,
hello from Wellington, Florida, by the way, at Davao, Philippines. What's up, Dave? Welcome.
So Gordon here is talking about the Artemis launch. So March 18th, I will be live streaming the Green Run tests, which will be the full 8-minute duration test of the SLS rocket. When that test is done and it's a go, they will ship that rocket here. And it will be mated up with the rocket boosters, which are already done, which I did a tour of the VAB with those boosters and Orion capsule being handed over to NASA. So I actually did a little thing about it, a little bit of it this morning. I showed a video, and I was there actually when all that was going on. So, but yeah. So hopefully everything goes right. They found a valve issue, and that valve issue's been fixed. And actually, a friend of mine in my broadcast, his nephew actually worked on the SLS booster. So I got some inside information. He messages them.
Welcome, CJ Music. I invited you. If you didn't see it, let me know.
Hey, CJ. Hey, Linda.
Linda, I invited you also. If you're going to come up, it'd be shocking. We'd like to see you.
Now come join us, Linda.
Let me try it again. Some people don't, I guess it don't work all the time, but it ends up being okay.
Well, when you sent me the invite, Randy, I was initially on my iPhone, and then I just decided to jump on my laptop, and it's a lot easier to see the invite on the screen.
Yeah, it's a little hard on the phone, depending on which model you have. I have a few struggles myself when somebody invites me on the phone. Ricky Long Island is here. Hello, California dude, laughing my blank off. Thank you, Ricky Long Island.
Good old Ricky from Periscope.
So,
Ricky, we're gonna invite you.
Hey,
I'm gonna
Randy?
sub you and invite you. Yes, Alicia.
if you look here, see the red dots in your notification under HAPS? That's an
Yeah.
invite, the red dots. That's how you know
Oh.
you have an invite. So you can just click on those and it'll bring you to the screen to come in. And it's under the bell icon at the bottom. So you have to go completely out of the broadcast and to that screen to find the invites.
Linda says she's at work. CJ says she's busy too. No problem. She's doing some resting.
Yeah, well, I was using an iPad here, and I haven't been on joined the group before, and I was getting no notification, but I think the lady there said I had to go out, and yes, I had to do that on my iPad also to get back into the group.
Right.
Yeah, it's different for every device, which is kind of a struggle, you know. I use a laptop, an iPad, an iPhone, and an Android, and each one has a different way that I do it. So I have to remember every time I grab a device what I'm supposed to be doing.
Well, we used to get the pink button on the iPhone, but it disappeared.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you. Thank you very, very much for inviting me in. And Randy, we'll look into that, doing something on about drones to help people.
Derek,
so thank you, everybody.
We really appreciate you coming in. Thank you for your words of wisdom. And we can't wait to see if you have time to show us how to do the drone thing so we can actually learn also. Thank you very much.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you for coming in. We appreciate you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. How did I get wide?
Because we're in landscape and other people are in portrait, I think.
Oh, okay.
Johnny's in portrait, so.
Grizz, you were invited too if you've never seen it. Comedian says, hi, bye. Good night, all. Have a great day or evening from Brenda. Brenda, do you want to come up or you got to run away? Let's invite her. By the way, everyone, I advise everyone on HAPS being a beta, fairly new program. If you follow everyone in there and they follow you back, it helps create your audience and you can sort out the morons later.
Yeah, that block button works wonderful.
Don't even go there.
I actually don't block anyone. If you block somebody, it hides your broadcast for other people. So I don't block anybody. I just don't worry about it.
I have 2 people on my block list.
Yeah.
I only had 1. Now I have 2. Because 1 was banned, so I don't have to worry about that one no more.
That's the one I don't have. Yeah, that's why I don't have them anymore. The one person I had blocked got kicked out of Periscope, so now I don't have to worry about it.
Right. So, and I keep getting, this one person has me banned, so I finally saw her name and I was able to ban. It still stops. I can't watch a broadcast. I follow you, Randy. She ends up in there and I get thrown out, and it pisses me off because I really enjoy I enjoy the broadcast.
Yeah, I can't go into, what is it? I don't know who. There's a couple of them there where somebody is always with them and it boots you out when you go in or something. Anyway, it is what it is. Space Force on Netflix. You know what? I started watching that Space Force and then I fell asleep. I'd like to watch the whole thing. Kevin, what are you doing out in California?
It's interesting.
You mean for work-wise?
Yeah, work, life, hobby. What's going on out where you're at?
So I grew up in Northern California. I was born in Southern California, and I've just lived in California all my life. When my mom moved to Florida with my stepdad and all that stuff, my sister left with her. But I ended up staying with my dad. So I've always been in California from day one. And I went to Long Beach State down in LA and went there and kind of got lost in what I was going to do for a career. So I kind of fell into
Long Beach State. I used to live at Atherton Circle Apartments.
Oh, nice.
I lived there 5 years. I know you know where it is.
Yeah. Did you ever go to the American Billiards?
We used to go to Yankee Doodles.
Or that's what it was, Yankee Doodles. I got it mixed up with the other
I
one.
was a regular down at Yankee Doodles.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I love 2nd Street, and it was like right on the edge of 2nd Street and going into Ocean Boulevard or whatever
That's
that
it.
street was. Yeah.
They had some of the best food and a wing place there that had some herb wings. Oh my God.
Yeah, that place is good. I do remember that place. Yeah.
I
But
can't
did you
remember
ever
the
go
name.
to Tommy's?
I've been to about every place on that street 1,000 times.
Oh,
From
yeah.
there, from Belmont Shore to Seal Beach. That's where I was always at.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever go to the place called Midnight Espresso? It was a little cafe.
I don't recall that.
Oh, okay. So it was a little independent cafe, and basically I went back there. Well, I was there during college, right? And we'd go there all the time on 2nd Street. And then I went back later, like a few years later after I graduated, and just so happens I was in the area, and I'm like, I'm gonna go hit up, Midnight Espresso and see what this coffee shop's going on. And it was a Starbucks. I was like, so disappointed. They were
My
corporate.
main hobby was hopping on my motorcycle and headed down to Ortega Highway with a bunch of guys to see if how fast we could go without dying.
Nice. Yeah, I definitely miss down there in Long Beach. It's quite a fun place to be, that's for sure.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. So anyway, continue. Sorry to interrupt you. You're just talking
No.
about things I knew about, and I'm going, my goodness.
And quite all right. So yeah, I ended up just graduating with a useless degree in political science. Worked in the state capitol and did some other campaigns and stuff like that, just kind of up and down. But then I ended up living in San Francisco like for 13, 14 years. And, I still kind of tried to do the whole political thing. I didn't want to ever be a candidate. I just wanted to, work in this system. And because, you see these people in big positions, and they make good money, and, it's a public sector, and you're giving back to the community and stuff like that. So I thought, oh, it's going to be a purposeful job. I'm not just selling shoes. And then, you can make a good living too, right? It's stable, it's solid. And then it was just like a roller coaster, like working in the state capitol and everything. So I opted to go a different direction. And long story short, I'm in the medical field. So nothing to what I went to school for at all.
I was never attracted in any way with politics. I don't know why. I have a cousin who's a senator in Florida, and they're all into it, and they are always spending their time. I don't want to go into names because I can't be naming senators on here. I'll end up in jail or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, half the family, they really into that politics, and I just really never admired it.
Yeah, I guess I
It
kind of.
always seemed like they spent more money than they made to be elected.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I never wanted to be like the politician. That wasn't my thing. It was more like being one of the bureaucrats. They just made good money. So I was like, oh, that's stable. And that sounds interesting. And, it's a current event. I mean, politics is a current event. It's history in the making. So, you're either going to be part of the solution or part of the problem, And, it depends on which side you're on. I mean, people are going to look at you, because they're on one side or the other of the fence. So it's all relative.
He started as a prominent lawyer, and then he wasn't happy with the direction that his area was going.
Mm-hmm.
And he got into politics from being unhappy with the local things that were going on in his community. And he was lucky enough to be elected a senator.
Yeah, I think my idealistic views when I was younger turned into realistic views as I got older. And just kind of, I don't know, I kind of got just numb by the whole thing and the whole processes and stuff like that. I mean, I'm still a news junkie and all that, and I like politics and all that, but to be involved in it, I just saw so many cutthroat things, like it just wasn't for me. It's not my personality. So, I mean, I kind of fell into it, but because I was interesting at the time, but I had no clue. What
saying he's into activism, no stability, so I work in the healthcare too. Okay. Grizz is telling us he's got the biggest interview of his life. The world's going to bust. The internet's going to break. Michael Wall Street, a.k.a. Grizz Network, is getting ready to have the biggest, largest, most fantastic event in history. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, Chris says we're very similar. So there you go. Yeah, we all got a bad taste in our mouth from it.
Politics always has a weird turn. I voted for Donald Trump. There you go. I'm in bed. Thanks for the invite. Oh, you're in bed, Grizz. All right. Sorry about that. I didn't push you in the bed. I don't know. Anytime I dabble and just try to watch some of the commentary in the news, my problem is I don't hear the story, but I take the attitude and the demeanor of the broadcaster or the journalist. I look at that prior to I hear what they're saying. You know, when I see somebody who's snobby and disrespectful to other people, and they're trying to provide a story, but you don't have to demean those who disagree with you. So those that sit there and try to bring me a story, but they want to demean other people who don't agree with them. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't cooperate with that. If
It's
someone
not
thinks
news.
different, you don't throw them in the trash. That's nonsense.
Yep. And it's not news no more. It becomes opinions.
Very
Yes.
true. Very true. I think it's changed a lot. I agree.
Yep.
Yeah, even here on Habs, there's one journalist that just I don't want to name names, but it's just like, why does he have to be so demeaning to everybody when it's really annoying, you know? Salam Happy from Pakistan.
There's ones that are very demeaning to women even more than men. So
Yeah, it was
that
kind of
I've
weird.
come
Huh?
across.
It's kind of really put a bad taste in my mouth for anything related to journalism.
Yep.
I mean, I like news more for the fact that it's current events and things happening in our world more than people's opinions. So
I like current events and public interest. I'm not into the whole any other realm of biased, one-sided, or demeaning reporting. You know,
yeah,
it gets old when people demean other people every day, year after year. It's like, geez, don't you have anything good to say in your community? And who are you helping by being on a cheerleader of demeaning people? You know, our whole life is about bringing others up and not to be putting them down daily. I just find that to be not a good way, you know.
It wasn't the way I grew up. That's how I see it. It's not as I grew up, you know. It's I lived in a divided household.
Well, I grew up, we only demeaned people after they were your best friend. Then it was accepted. But if they didn't know you and you talked to them in a downward way, God help you.
Yep.
You don't want to talk to that guy that way. If you're not his friend, he's not going to accept it.
Right.
I think that's one thing I appreciate about Randy's like broadcasts that I've been in a few times. Like he's just totally like respectful to everybody. I mean, if somebody gets out of line, I really appreciate that in your broadcast. You know, just keeping everybody like, you know, evenly keeled and nobody gets out of, there's no drama. So
not get too carried away on the drama. I still have my haters though. I have a few people who block me because they don't love me. That's okay.
I love the haters.
Your teeth.
I don't see that person no more.
Randy.
Huh? I don't see that person no more. I think I was blocked by her.
Oh, are you? That happened.
I don't see her no more. That's all I got.
I got the faces of Antifa. What? I don't really understand what you're saying there.
He's talking about his political activism, like he got in Antifa's face and stuff like that. But what do you gain from that, Chris? It's easier just to walk away than fight with people.
Yeah, I think the old saying, there is no winning in politics.
No, there isn't.
Everyone, it's just an opinion and whatever you are brought up.
Italian style says, even Randy's troll like Randy. Yeah, I talk to my trolls sometimes as long as they're not being mean to other people. You know?
I talk to my trolls.
And as long as they're just not demeaning other people for no reason. If you start talking bad to people in the broadcast, you're out of here. Sorry.
Yeah, you gotta have thick skin to be a broadcaster. And
oh my God. Some people get so easily and they run off. And hey, man, you better have some really thick skin. It's not going to be perfect. And people are going to say things to you and about your family that you can't imagine.
Even if you are trying to be the nicest broadcaster there is, and you never, you know, promote any of that, it's going to come your way regardless.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how humble and sweet you are. I seen somebody the other day picking on this lady evangelist. I don't know why they decided to attack her. A group of people went in there and they did it slowly. They first started saying nice things and she interacted and they all blah, 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 they wore her out. And I was like, oh man, that's no way to be. The lady was in her 70s. She was a sweetheart and she turned it off. She was so shocked.
Yeah, you can't take things personally, and if they start, you just got to ignore them. You can't engage them at that point. You either block them, ignore them.
Yeah, she had a group attack her. I guess she must have said something about a group. I don't really know. I was just roaming around and I just stayed for a while because I was amazed. I'd never seen a group attack somebody.
Well, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder what, what's the point of that?
Stuff.
I'm sure she was anti something that people didn't want to be anti of.
Mhm. It just seems like such a waste of energy. It's so much so much easier to be nicer to people and get to know them and see the positives in people. I just don't get like all the negativity in the world. And I mean, It's
Right.
always been there. It'll always be there. It's just something that,
It's easier to stay neutral as a broadcaster, like Randy does and stuff. I do it. I stay neutral. I listen. I try not to talk about it. Number one in my broadcasts. I try.
I had a lot of problems with not just with the neutral and how you're saying, but I have a problem because where I live,
Yes.
here in Saudi and the Philippines, there's no such thing as racism. So when
Right.
people come into a broadcast and half of my friends are not from America, and people
Right.
start talking these things that this right and that right, people get confused.
Right.
Because here, it doesn't matter who your color, where you're from, nobody treats you different.
Right.
Nobody is superior. I mean, there's no such thing as that. So it's really strange when my international crowd mixes with the American crowd. They get kind of puzzled. They don't understand a lot of it, It's like,
Right.
well, what does that have to do with anything, That's purely an American creation. Whoever created all that, it's kind of strange.
definitely is. I agree.
Yeah. Well, that's nowhere else. In the whole world, nobody talks about any of that kind of, it's not even thought about.
And no one talked about their political affiliations back in the day too, as we were growing up, and how you voted or what you did. Our parents kept that, very, very quiet.
Yeah,
Now
growing up, I wasn't into politics. I was into panties, and that's a whole nother story we'll talk about later.
Well, invite me to that broadcast.
Sorry about that. Try to throw some humor out there to get this politics stuff out of over. That's what I do occasionally. I throw some off of the wall nonsense in there to break the spell that politics will put on the people. Go ahead, sir.
I have a question. So how long has HAPS actually been around? Because I noticed when I first got on here that, because everyone was leaving Periscope and I saw it, listed. And I noticed when I first got on here, there was a bunch of journalists, like a great
In
number of journalists.
2018, it was a left-wing journalist agenda-based network. And they had people going around being independent live reporting from any little event. And I guess it didn't work out. So then they went in and did the whole social media revamp and they changed it over to this type thing. But you still see the hardcore left agenda somewhere there in the background, and they still haven't erased it. And some of their old time broadcasters are still in that realm of biased, one-sided reporting. It does leave a bit of a bad taste, but now that the community here is a generalized community or from around the world, I can see the larger community is actually helping put the biased community a little to the side. It doesn't matter whether you're left or right. There's no reason for anybody to get up and so the general community is structuring the way forward, perhaps, is what I see.
I see Randy going in those leftist ones, and I love how he stays so neutral with them. I
I
love
talk to
listening.
anybody. I
Yeah,
just want,
you do.
let's just talk real, man. I don't care what
Yeah,
you
and
think.
you want to hear them and get their opinion on something, and they try to explain it, but then you see it in a different way. So it's nice to see, and it's actually a good conversation.
Yeah, I
It's
don't antagonize people. I really want to
no,
know, why do you think like someone or not someone?
I agree.
Yeah. Keep it neutral.
Yeah.
actually one of the guys in the NASA community that I work very closely with was originally on HAPS, and actually uh, Mark or Brett reached out to me and asked me that he would love to see him back here. But he runs another company. But when I see him, the next launch I go out to, I'm going to go talk to him and see if I can't get him to come on with me one night. So
Mr. Ben Fayez was like Edward Stream. He's going to be a family type broadcaster with good spirits. He'll start Thursday. By the
which
somebody
Edward?
was asking about it. Yeah, Edward, he's the guy that has the funeral business or whatever you call it out in California.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Yeah, so he's going to start on Thursday doing some broadcasts, but more along the family level and motivating people and stuff.
but
So
he's
yeah,
been doing broadcasts.
Yeah, but he's going to do a show now, a complete professional show, and get not just saying hello and SSS and everybody this and that. He's really going to put his content down and put thought and creativity behind what he's been doing for years.
And
So
no
he's in-
politics.
No, he's not political. He's just family type guy, husband, wife, children, how the family can prosper, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I know who he is. So
I'm back after wishing my fiance good night. Welcome, Bernie. What were you getting ready to say, Kevin? Sorry, I cut you off twice. I didn't mean to.
No, no worries. So he's in the funeral business.
Yeah, I think he's into funeral and preparing for your death and the whole spectrum. I think
he does.
helping the loved ones get around it and
He
going.
works with the funeral homes as well.
Yes,
Okay. My thought was just that business must be dead, that he has a lot of time on his hands.
No, they do a lot of consultations. Actually, they go in and help people plan what they're going to do, and this planning for afterlife. I think they even do estate planning so people won't get stuck in probate.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Go ahead, Johnny. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say before he did that people were just dying to come in to see him.
Yeah, he's into the whole complexities of it. He's not just a mortician. He's in the whole planning your departure, for you and your family.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you guys see it, but around the world, I see the elders pass away and the family stay in a probate court for 5 years. It's amazing how people will fight over anything.
I was
And it
in
happens
probate.
a lot.
I was in probate because my father didn't have his will redone after my mother passed away, and he didn't probate my mother's will, which didn't help me either. So
Ryan
caused a
Richardson,
lot of
kick your ass. Welcome.
it cost me
Yeah, I definitely think they're messy.
$5,000. It cost me
Wow.
$2,500 to probate each will.
Yeah, it's good if you don't want your family to be upside down and have a lot of troubles. A living
Well, I mean-
will is a good thing to have that you update each year.
Well, yeah, and he left it in a trust until I was age 30, but I was 50 when my father died, or 40 when my dad died and stuff like that. So, but certain states you have to probate, but this state you didn't. And my father's will was notarized, and they don't do notarized wills anymore. Oh, it was a mess.
Oh Lord.
It was a mess. It was a mess. It was a mess. Thank God the attorney was still around that drew up the will.
Well, you were lucky. The only thing I've ever been left in my life was an electric bill and a water bill.
I was left a lot of problems. That's what I was left, and begged my father not to do it to me like my cousin went through with her mom and dad's. So The banks lock everything up. The bank was actually the trust, but they gave up the trust because of my age. But they still could have took it. If it was over $1 million, they would have took it and took their part of it.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with all of it. I've never had enough money to worry about who I'd leave it to.
I hear that.
I don't really I'm not a cash person at all. I've got property, and that's my wife and kids. Whatever they do with it, God bless them. I don't even have it in my name. I don't have nothing in my name. I don't worry about it.
Yeah. Well, with this place that I own, I actually added Jesse's on the house. I never had Jesse's name, but here I put Jesse's name on. So if something happens to me, it's nice and easy. I'm dead. My name gets removed. His is there. He don't have
Hey,
to be added.
Veda,
Nothing.
I just invited you. We don't know you, and I subscribe to you. Come on up. This is Veda Ashley. Hello, I've invited you. Get on up here. Let's meet you and talk to you. We want to know what's up. Johnny, are you falling out of the chair?
Dude, what happened?
I'm
What's up,
trying to.
Veda from
Wow, that
Los
looked like
Angeles?
a butt crack there for a minute.
Thanks
Veda,
a
you've been
lot.
invited if you can figure out how to come up.
I'm sorry.
There was Randy's pennies.
I was turning the phone around to see if you turn it one way, it looks zoomed in. If you turn it the other way, I was hoping it would go further out. And
You need to find a table or something to prop your phone up on, or get yourself a little stand, like this, that you can put it on. And then you don't have to hold your arm out like this and stuff, because I know your arm gets tired and everything. But having a little tripod is amazing.
butt crack.
All right, now hold your horses, grab your pants, open
Did I
your
do it?
doors, and
You did
welcome.
it.
I did it.
Here we go.
Hi, guys.
Hold on, let's get you here where I can get
Hello.
you.
I'm in bed. I just got in bed.
Veda, my name's Randy. Hi, what's happening? Miss Veda, tell us about your fantastic self. I'm sure many people know you. I can see in the comments everybody going, hi, hi, hi.
Wait, I should scroll down so I can catch up with the comments too.
Hi, Gigi.
So, whoa, I'm really not up to date, am I?
No, you had like 100
well,
comments
my
before you got
name-
up here.
What?
You had 100 comments before you walked on in, but now you're here. And
That's
let's
funny.
hear them.
My name is Veda. I just started using Haps like a week ago, but I used to always stream on sorry, I'm not picking my nose. My nose rings backwards. I used to always stream on Periscope. So I tried it out about a week ago, and I've just sort of been feeling it out. I usually do like performance stuff or just like vlogging, but it's always a wild card. So
Well, hey, that's wrong. Well, welcome. I'm surprised I didn't stumble upon you over in Periscope. Maybe I have.
that's super honestly strange. I mean, I guess there was I haven't used Periscope for probably the last maybe 3 years.
Uh-huh.
So like 5 years ago that I was really doing that a lot.
If I could pause for a second, everybody make sure you click on Veda's name and follow her. That way, when she goes broadcast, everybody needs to welcome somebody when they're coming. I just clicked and subscribed to her.
I did
When you
too.
see anybody coming in, subscribe to them. They deserve a good audience to put themselves out, and you may make a community, and you may find a new good friend. Veda may be our best friend for life. We don't know.
Yeah, it's true. Honestly, so many of my friends from Periscope are now on Haps, and it's like reuniting because it was such a good community over there at one point. And
Yeah, I have so many followers, but on 7 different platforms. A lot of people don't want to come here or go there, and you end up. What do you have? Like 290,000 followers?
me,
Yeah.
I'm not that popular.
Oh, just 1 million? No, somebody wrote 290.
like 20,000. I'm like new. I'm starting fresh again. So
Oh, you're doing it fresh again. Well, welcome. You'll get up to 100,000 in a few days. I can tell it. You got a wonderful smile and a good attitude. I see a bright future here.
thanks, guys. So
Hey,
what do you
really, welcome.
do on here? I'm literally just popped in because I was like just looking for someone that was live.
Okay, well, I guess we'll go around the circle here. I'll start and then I'll hand it down and we'll work it in and out. I've just been broadcasting just daily life when I'm traveling around. I'm
Yeah.
from Tennessee. I live in Saudi Arabia. When I'm not in Saudi Arabia, I'm in the Philippines. And I'm on every live stream you can be. As you can see, I have my green screen here because earlier before here, I was doing my Twitch. I do a Twitch show daily also. And I'm all over and I just do it as a hobby. Nothing, I have a real job.
As a guest on someone else's stream the other day, I think. You had the green screen. I don't know. Maybe not.
He's in a lot of people's
I
scope.
mostly live and work in Saudi Arabia. I'm a business development director for a communications and security company. So that's the real job. And this is just something I do as a hobby for something to do.
Yeah, that's exactly what I just said earlier. I was like, it's just a hobby that keeps me positive, really.
Kevin,
So.
I'm handing the mic to Kevin. Go ahead.
Okay.
So I actually started streaming on Busker live broadcasting. I don't know if you're familiar with Busker, but
Yeah,
Busker.
I went right from Periscope to Busker.
Yeah, so I actually learned about Periscope first, and then I found out about Busker, and I kind of like was doing both, but I was actually on Busker a lot more because of the community was a lot like HAPS in my opinion. Like it's a tight knit group, and the staff actually were participated in the communities, and you know who they were. Unlike Periscope, where it was just kind of a
It was like Fruit Cup and stuff.
Yeah, Fruit Cup and Kit Kat and all of the crew, back on Busker. Yeah, so Gigi's in here. He was on Busker. Grizz, Mr. Wall Street there. He was. So I know quite a few people in HAPS already, just because of the Periscope connection and also the Busker connection. So yeah, I did both of those live streaming, and that's kind of where I developed the whole HAPS interest.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Alicia, tell us what you're doing.
Well, as you can see, I'm a NASA nerd and I have media access to the launches. So you'll catch me out there doing all kinds of NASA stuff, talking about things that are going on in NASA world.
That's awesome.
And otherwise, we just kind of do coffee chats and we just chill out. And I have a good group of people that have been around for a very long time because I've been doing this almost 6 years. So
awesome. I do coffee talks too.
I'm a coffeeholic.
What time
I'm
is
still
it?
drinking it.
Yeah,
Huh?
What time is it?
2:08 a.m. I'm in Florida. Literally, I live right outside Kennedy Space Center. Like literally.
That's cool.
I'm a hop, skip, and a jump.
I did see your NASA sign when I joined the viewer, and I was going to ask about it. So that answers that question.
Yeah, I'm originally, you probably hear it if I say coffee or water. I'm originally from Jersey. I lived right outside New York, and then I moved to Georgia and lived there until I moved here. I love it here.
Cool.
I love Florida.
Johnny, be good. Enlighten us with your words of wisdom and tell us anything you'd like to tell us.
Well, I'm in Oklahoma, and I started Periscope probably about 4.5 years ago or so. So I had a friend introduce me to it, and then I ran into Randy and mostly just followed him around for the last several years, and even over into HAPS. And I didn't broadcast very much at all in Periscope, but after coming to HAPS and Randy showing me some ropes and stuff like that, I started broadcasting some, and a lot more easier for doing it over here than it was over there. But it had a lot of negative attitude out in the audience, you might say, over there in
Kind of awkward,
Periscope.
didn't it? Got icky.
Yeah, they kept chopping me up in bits and pieces, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You know what? If you made it on Periscope, you can broadcast anywhere. That thing got so vile.
App
That's
ever.
right.
You can broadcast on Periscope. You can literally do anything.
Yes, you can live anywhere. It was so terrible near the end. Oh,
How I actually
It
blew up
had
on accidentally. I was just like so sick of watching people and seeing people be so mean that I just went on one day. Like
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was gonna do, and I just like took my lightsaber out. And remember how on Periscope, like if you didn't have a username, it was just like a picture of an egg. And
yes,
so
yes.
I would just take my lightsaber and I would just slash every time an egg would come in, and it was called egg slashing. And then suddenly I had all these followers. But the whole reason that I even got a following was because I was like blocking like the trolls and stuff.
Yeah.
But then it just got so out of hand. And that's when I went over to Busker. But then Busker died. And I saw that Jessica's in the stream. I don't know if you guys saw her, but she said she went hiking with Fruit Cup last week.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
You'll see it's like day and night coming over here, and
So nice so far. I mean, I hope it stays nice.
it
I believe due to the registration process, that's going to keep it fairly nice and friendly.
I
It
think
won't
so.
be perfect because of multicasting. I mean, you're bringing your trolls from other accounts, which you can't control really. But as
Yeah.
far as the regular HAPS community, I don't think, the registration process is a little intense compared to others.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be, that should work out.
And the problem scopers have found out that they're not welcomed here and that HAPS community won't put up with it. So they've gone to Twitter Live and oh my God,
Instagram and others.
They're all
OnlyFans,
Discord.
Only Faces, or something.
Say what?
There's another place where the Cash Apper people win.
Well, they're on Discord. Yeah, Debbie just said. I couldn't think of the name.
And,
Yeah,
Twitch.
they're over on Discord.
Yeah, but Discord is just for private user groups. I have a great following on Discord. We all communicate, and
Yeah.
I just recently started doing my Twitter Spaces, doing an after show that was kind of unique. I'm just playing around. So, Miss Veda, what are you going to do? You're going to stick around? I see still a lot of people saying, "Hey, Veda, Darth Veda. Where's Veda?"
talking. Yeah. Yes, HAPS should call Fruit Cup if there's any problems. He'd be able to fix it for sure.
And
I don't know if I missed the other
they
comment.
they'll pass through your broadcast and check on you, see if everything's all right.
Yeah, they came in like my first one that I did, I think, and I didn't really know what I was doing. My first broadcast, I just like signed on because I was like sad.
Nobody did.
Yeah.
You're in good company.
I'm slowly learning. I've only done about 4 streams, I think. So, but I'm gonna try to get the 8 day in a row award. I'm going for that.
Oh, yep.
There you go.
8 weeks or
Again, I'd like to do another plug out. Veda, will you put a comment, say hello twice so people can click on and subscribe? If you make a comment, they just click your name and they can subscribe. It works very easy. There you go. Veda said hi. Click on Veda's thing so she can subscribe. You can subscribe to her easily. Veda Ashley from Los Angeles, California. She just gave you Saturn, Moon.
My
There you
favorite.
go.
I'm so excited that the Saturn emoji is a thing.
There you go. I'm going to let's all load it up with hearts so you can see it later. I got a heart there. Everybody click on it, give it a heart. There's thumbs up, 3. Everybody click on it so we know you can see it. We know you're still active in the room. Welcome, Miss Veda. Thank you. Now, when you're there, we can all invade your privacy and go up. Debbie Mack, welcome. Veda
Private.
there you go.
All right,
Well,
guys,
we're good.
hop off. but I just wanted to say hi. I'll keep in the chat, but I'm just gonna start mellowing out for the night. I broadcasted for 3 hours. That was a long time for me.
Wow.
That is a lot.
I'm going to be even more discouraging. I'm going to run away because it's 10 in the morning. I need to go to the pharmacy. I need to get my laundry. My cat would like a new food. I have so many things I need to do that my day requires. So, as everyone day,
Saudi Arabia, or that lives in Saudi Arabia. That's cool.
yeah, Saudi's pretty cool. It's a chillax place. It's kind of misrepresented. Once you follow me around, you see Saudi's normal as it can be. Chillax, great people, good place.
Awesome. Well, look forward to staying in touch with you guys, and I'll see you maybe in one of my broadcasts too. But
We're gonna see you. If you pop in during my waking hours, I will be clicking on you, and I'll come in there and try to motivate some spirits. Come here,
awesome.
Oh,
Earl. Wait a
Earl.
minute. I have some. Come here, Earl.
I'll
right.
give a special shout out real quick to Hizzy on here.
Hi, Earl.
All right,
Earl.
Earl's saying goodbye, everyone. He wants to
Earl,
move
what you
food.
doing? He said,
Hi,
"Don't
Earl.
show me. Don't show me."
That's my big Earl. Anyway, my big old fluffy kitty cat. All right. Any parting words, Kevin, Alicia, Johnny? Anybody have something good to say?
Good night, everyone. It's
Make
great
sure you
seeing
follow
everyone.
Kevin. You got to follow Alicia. Follow Johnny, everyone.
Follow
Veda,
everyone.
in the comments. Veda, you missed. We were going to let Earl talk to you personally, but you left him.
He doesn't want to have it, Randy.
He doesn't want to deal with it. Bye, Kevin. Bye, everyone.
Good night,
We're
everyone.
going to end the broadcast. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We really appreciate you. And I just want to say thank you. Bye for now.
Good night.